Hello, my name is Kevin, this is Dirty 20 Gaming, and these wonderful simulated people have come here to play a wonderful and silly game tonight. You may have noticed, in fact, unless you're just listening, in which case, why don't I just do a podcast? But if you are watching, you will notice this is our very first all VTube cast show ever. And so, of course, it's going to be on a Friday. Of course, it's going to be a FunShot Friday. And of course, it's going to be Honey Heist. And of course, some of them aren't bears. Quick story first. No VTT tonight. We're going to roll real dice and we're just going to go old school here. Another thing, though, is that Yogi Bear. No, Yogi's not here because Yogi's copyrighted. We got some people here we will introduce in just a couple of seconds, but we are playing a game by Grant Howitt, one of the great one-page game writers of all time. He's actually won many awards. They should call the award the Grant. He's wonderful on Twitter. He's active all the time, and he's doing good stuff for the community all around. So big shout out for Grant Howitt, yeah, legend. Now these,
and he encourages people to make edited versions of his stuff, as long as you credit him.
Yes, absolutely. My story is I sent him a little worship, a thing like you do. You go, hey, great, thanks. I love your games. I'm having so much fun. And I got a marvelous personalized response from them, and follow them on Twitter now, and it's all cool. But yes, great person, great games. Let's play it after we introduce these people. But first, these people. People. I like that word. Let's start with playing Meatball for us tonight. Our very own art director, lore master, and general all-purpose organized librarian type who keeps me in line. Robin/Thunderscape7, welcome back to a stream. It's been a while.
It has.
Then thank you so much for joining us. Next, we're going to talk to Hellhounds. Welcome back.
Hello.
I always know it's going to be fun when you and our next guest are here. So, what have you been up to? Where can we find you? What are you doing?
I've mostly just been doing artwork, some D&D stuff. Our Tuesday game has unfortunately been put under hiatus.
Oh dear.
It's fine. Well, we might be coming back sometime in September. We'll see.
Just more time to plan.
Yeah, you can find me here on Twitch at Hellhounds20 and on Twitter at Hellhounds20.
Wonderful, thank you. And that brings us to animated ears and all. Oh, it's so good to be working with professionals like these, like you guys. Miyu the Jellycat, thank you for joining us. And you doing lots of stuff with many people. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, I'm currently streaming. I'm streaming on Twitch. I'm gonna put some stuff on YouTube soon. And I'm also gonna plug Kara's stuff because I was on Kara's channel for a bit on their for their D&D campaign, and right now they're doing a charity. So
Nice.
Go check them out.
Absolutely. And is that a new piece of jewelry that I detect?
What? Where?
On right beside your amazing glasses.
What? Where?
The
Where?
moon, and sun, and yeah. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay, it's on your hat. Okay, never mind. I take it back.
That's been there for a bit.
It's a brooch or some such. All right, that's all of you. This is me. Normally my face hangs out, but today it doesn't. My name is Kevin, a proud member of Dirty 20 Gaming. Tune in on Saturdays because we're doing some. I took a 1990 Shadowrun campaign and turned it into space opera via Tiny Frontiers, so join in for that. And then Sunday, they're getting close. They're probably in their last sort of somewhere between 4 and 12 episodes of Storm King's Thunder done our way on Sundays. And then stay many tuned to the Discord, which I will post now. Stay tuned to that because there's a bunch of stuff coming up, and the vast majority of it is from our members. I asked who wants to GM, and 10 people leapt at the chance. So as soon as we get stuff organized and places in places and people in order, we will start being a lot more stuff on this channel. So stay tuned. But that's enough of that. Let's do this. I don't know why I got all serious. That'll be the only serious tonight. The three of you are returning home after a long day doing whatever it is that you are doing. Oh, by the way, we've created the characters already. You'll find out what they are as we go along, because I didn't put what anybody is on the screen because I think it's more fun to find it out. So, the three of you are returning home after a long day of whatever passes for work. And as you approach your cave, it's been a long summer. It's time to hibernate. I mean, you were supposed to be bears for this. Not all of you are. That's okay. You're going to hibernate anyway because it's intrinsic to the value of the plot. So you are heading back. It's fall. You have eaten your fill of berries and tourists, and you're heading back to the cave to hibernate. But as you get close, you see it has been disturbed. The carefully planted bushes that you scraped in place last year when you left have been removed. There's footsteps going into it. Human footsteps. And it smells like person. What do you do?
Well, the rack is walking alongside these two, and they have this cartoonishly large cigar, like something you'd see, like something from Disney or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, give
Like,
us the whole
how is that
description
even
while we're
fun?
here.
The rack is a very small raccoon wearing a sundress that they probably stole off of a laundry line with a little bee on it. And they wear a crown that sometimes moves on its own.
Excellent. Yep.
But they're walking alongside them, holding the cigar. It's not lit. They're just like kind of putting it in its mouth, thinking like, I'm smoking. This is what humans do.
Your little raccoon footprints following along. I have to ask, does the rack know that they're not a bear? It's a key question. Yeah? Okay, but you're going to hibernate anyway.
They know,
All right.
but they're gonna see how long it takes for other people to figure it out.
Oh, I see. Oh, you are incognito as a bear. Oh, the plot thickens. All right, thank you. So as you head forward, that's what you smell and see. Next, let's have Nemo. As the camera spins around from the rack, what do we see?
Yeah, you see totally a panda with a crown on his head, and there's neck fluff around his on his shoulders that look like his chest is puffed out, but it's just fluffy. He's wearing sunglasses, and he's totally just a panda.
And as far as hats go?
Crown.
A crown, of course, yes. And what is your immediate response as you're sort of approaching?
This is unheard of. This is not supposed to be happening.
Unheard of. Ooh, wow. Meatball.
Yeah.
Bringing up the rear. Meatball, what do we see?
You see a decent sized polar bear, which is weird because we are not anywhere polar. Wearing a crown as well.
Yes.
And when he sees this disturbance, he like cracks his bare knuckles, his buckles, and starts looking around like he's ready for a fight.
All right, just start flexing the claws and smelling of seal. All right. So, who's gonna do? Who's going in? Who's investigating? Who's doing what?
Meatballs are going in.
Just heading in, just charging in
Yeah.
all boldly forth. All right. You charge
Rack
through.
is right behind you.
Buckles, the N is silent, so it's just buckles. Yeah, okay. The rack is right beside him. All right, so there's this polar bear raccoon just whoosh, fill into space, coming in the door. I guess that now, what is Nemo doing?
Nemo is gonna stand by the cave entrance and like look around, see if he can find whoever stole it. They're totally just gonna be around here.
Okay, let's start. No, no. I was gonna say let's start with Nemo, but no, we gotta do a comic cut. Let's start with the two heading into the cave. The two of you rush in, and raccoon or not, polar bear, you spend 6 months of the year in the darkness or not, your eyes are absolutely not ready for the darkness in this cave. You skid into the darkness and start to slide in something slimy underfoot. Let's have the first rolls of the game, and we're using real dice. So 1d6. You guys have two stats, bear and criminal. Right now they are both at 3. You are trying to roll that number or under to succeed on one of these, unless you have a skill or a talent or a hat, which would help you in this situation. You roll 1d6. If you have one of those things, you can roll 2d6. But the two of you, to keep from falling down, how do you do this?
Well, my characteristic as a polar bear is slick.
Yes.
So I don't. I slide on the
You just
slippery
simply
substance.
Yeah, I just don't.
I
That's
just slide on
beautiful.
the
Yep.
slippery substance.
Absolutely. Yes, that's 2 dice for sure. And the rack.
The rack, because we live here and we have a raccoon in this place, they
Yes.
always bring home garbage.
Yes.
So they walk around sometimes with styrofoam cups for shoes.
Okay.
And they weren't running in, they were just simply walking
Okay.
just casually in with shoes.
Okay. So 2 dice as well. Did you succeed, Meatball?
I rolled a 6.
Yeah, it was a great idea. And then your every Disney movie since Bambi ever. One leg in all 4 directions, just pirouetting slowly down the frozen path down into the cave. The rack.
I rolled double 4s.
Oh, everything's still at 3s. You do the duck landing on the ice thing. But it's ice, so instead of like you just do the backpedaling thing, just skid all the way down, sort of foot butt, that one, all the way down.
And eventually I get the hang of it and I just do the Slav squat while I'm
Yeah,
sliding.
and you thud into the large furry back of Meatball at the bottom of the first angled bit. Up on the surface, looking around, give us, is there a reason why you would roll more than 1 die while looking about, looking for intruders? Nemo?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And yes,
going
Bison
to-
always split the party.
I'm gonna go on all 4s and I'm gonna start sniffing around, being like, okay, it could have gone far.
Yeah. 'Kay.
Straight up.
Yeah. Give me, yes, that's good enough. Give me 2 dice.
Yeah.
Oh, both of the other ones failed, so let's do this whole first round of rolls.
Alright, I got. Now, it's been a bit since I've played. You
Go on.
use. As long as one of the dice succeeds, that's good, right?
Yep, and it has to be
Okay,
your current number or lower. So in this case, 3 or lower.
Yes, then I got a 2.
You got a 2. You succeed. All right. Perfect. The 2 inside who failed.
Oh, my dice was a 5 and a 1.
Oh, well, you get to pick the lowest one. So that was a success as well. So okay, in that case, in the editing room, the editor quickly changes footage, and you do the 3-point hero stance, but sliding, still pirouetting slowly because I'm keeping some of this, but all the way down all the way down the tunnel, sliding into perfect 3-point hero stance, just rotating slowly like a curling rock, all the way to the bottom. I guess I better ask. The rack, did you fail with both
I
dice?
rolled
Yeah, you said
double
2
4s.
4s. So yeah, you did. Okay.
Double 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, you skitter as per the original script. But on the surface, So the only one that failed then is the rack. So yes, move one towards. Let me make sure. I always get this wrong. When you fail, move one towards bear. So your bear is now up to 4, and your criminal is down to 2. If either one of those ever gets to 6, bad things happen, but you can prevent either one of those from happening. So anytime you want to lower your bear score or your criminal score, let me know, and I'll tell you what you have to do. But until then, the other 2 succeeded. Yep, both of you succeeded, so both of you move 1 point from bear to criminal as you sneak into your own cave criminally well, Meatball. But on the surface, success incarnate. Nemo has found something. They might be lost, but they found a thing. You found a trail going up the hill beside your cave. You know, up there at the top, there's kind of a little natural hole in the cave that when these stinky buggers are in the middle of the winter, their smell kind of goes out the hole a little bit. So you know it's there, but it's heading up toward the footsteps, or the smell is heading up towards that.
I'm gonna pull a branch off of the tree and like just take a bite, and then go, all right, time to get business going. And he walks towards down the trail.
Eating because it looks like bamboo, and heading up the hill. Once you get out of sight of the main entrance to the cave, they've stopped hiding their tracks, and you can clearly see human footprints heading right for that air hole. As you get closer to it, you see they've enlarged it. They've made it quite a bit bigger, and they put 2 rocks across it, and on top of that they balanced a great big heavy rock. And you see that one of the 2 sticks that's crossed underneath it has a rope tied to it that goes down the hole.
Okay.
That's not where you fish.
That's not a fishing spot.
Yeah.
The fishing spot's that way. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Silly human.
What do you do with that?
Stupid humans.
What do you do with that information?
I think I'm I'm gonna take the giant panda body, just walks over and tries to slunk into the hole.
And try to fit into the hole? Okay.
Yeah, try to fit into the hole.
Oh, beautiful. That there is nothing more 2 dice than a panda trying to be a panda. So yes, give it 2 dice, and your bear was. You need to roll less than bear. Or hang on, before you roll, are you breaking in which case this is criminal, or are you pandaing your way in which case this is
Do the
bear?
sticks look like bamboo?
I would not support anything if they were green like bamboo.
If so,
Yes.
then I will be bearing my way through.
Okay. So yeah, roll 2 dice, roll bear or less.
A bear squeezing into a hole. This has always worked in the past.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't
did
know
get it.
what Winnie
It
the
was a
Pooh
2.
is.
You did?
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, you just kind of cannon bear into the. That's not a cheese joke either. That was 2 weeks ago. But yeah, you just kind of curl up in a ball and panda bomb this. And you hit the hole, and you go through, and the dirt just gives away underneath you completely. There's no sunroof in the hallway of your tunnel, but we'll deal with that later. As you go down though, the rope kind of snags on your crown, and you pull it. You feel kind of a tug for a second, and then you look up and you see the sticks break, and the big giant rock is starting to fall towards you as you're falling down the tube. Below you, you hear, "What the heck's blocking the... Oh, crap!"
You are under attack.
Meanwhile, back at the in the tunnel, only a couple of feet underground ahead of you, you guys come to a stop at the bottom of the angled part. From here on, you know it. I mean, it's your cave. It goes straight forward, around a sharp right-hand turn, and into the burrow itself. You hear ahead of you some human swearing, because it's in the distance and it's underground, so it's kind of... You guys don't speak human, I just realized. But Yes,
It's
you hear
like the adults from Charlie Brown.
yeah, except terrified. Oh, they put crack in the coffee again at school, Mom. So anyway, you hear ahead of you a human swearing at the sound of an indoor avalanche in a cave, and the cracking of wood and the thundering of a heavy rock fall. What the two of you do? It's a drop.
Oh, that sounds like them.
Humans are always messing things up.
Yep.
We
But
should
they
make
make
sure
great
they're
tech,
not
though.
making too big of a mess.
Yeah.
This is dead calm. So yeah, how do you proceed from here?
Move
The
towards
rack-
the noise.
Yeah. The rack has a garbage bag they've been dragging around behind them, like attached to their tail.
Yep.
They dig into it and they pull out like the most indestructible bit of equipment they have, a Nokia phone. And they have it attached to a stick.
Yeah.
And they're ready to go.
Okay. Phone on the stick.
Again, I am following Meatball.
Yeah.
I'm not going out in front. I'm tiny.
Yeah, and Meatball, I'm assuming you're just flexing and breathing deeply and getting ready to kick the snot out of something.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
picking up it's underneath some of the stuff that got tossed around, but there's some metal brass buckles on
Yes. Yep.
my
Some,
buckles?
some binocle buckles. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. You got them hidden all over the place. You're a trained professional.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I made it way too complicated. They're just bare knuckles.
my
Right? That's yeah. Okay. They just look exactly like your knuckles. They're just made out of steel.
Yeah.
Yeah. A selfie stick. Can a Nokia take a selfie? I think that's pre-selfie.
I don't know
stick.
if I don't think they
I
can
don't
take
think so.
pictures.
You could just barely send a text. You had to press buttons multiple times. It was ridiculous. Why don't you just call them? I don't know. Anyway. So yes, the two of you proceed forward. In the darkness ahead of you, your eyes are starting to adjust. What you see is crouched in the darkness, and then quickly scurrying away deeper into the cave is this human. Above them, you see the legs and nether regions of a panda kind of stuck in a hole. So sort of a waist down, wiggly feet panda ahead of you. And then there's a bonk from inside as Nemo, you take a large rock to the top of the head, but this is Honey Heist, so it doesn't really matter. It just drives you the rest of the way. It wily coyotes you through this plug hole that you were stuck in. So you guys see wiggly feet, bonk, complete panda, and a rock in the hole in the ceiling. There is now there's a lump, like a one lump or two, on top of Nemo's head. But this is.
I thought you were staying outside.
It was an unfortunate accident. Ow.
Does it make the wapong noise that hammers make in Looney Tunes?
It does if you say it does. This is one of
Do
those
we now have
games.
more of a skylight?
Yes.
I think it got
oh,
covered
actually,
up.
no. You have a skylight with a lid now. Because, well,
like a manhole
yeah,
cover.
you mentioned it. So the two sticks just sort of fell in just exactly the right spot, because this is practically a cartoon already. They fall in just the right spot to form a window frame. And then the rock falls on top of that. And you're all bears, or at least live with bears, and therefore are very strong, and can move the rock. And therefore, you guys now have an open and shut sunroof, moonroof
We have
combination.
a sunroof that we can close when it rains.
The lump is inside the
awesome.
crown. Oh yes, thank you, chat. As you fall down, the crown goes around in circles, like ding 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 ding. And it comes to, it would have fallen off if it wasn't for the lump.
It's a 5-prong crown now.
Yeah, it used to have 4. Yeah, and the one in the middle is Nemo colored. Yeah. So
I'm looking around, seeing like they were in here. Did they mess with anything?
oh, they so messed with everything.
What's
You
on
could
the end of the rope?
there was you can tell where the rope was hanging because you can kind of see the rope print in the icy muddy floor. The person was standing there, and they were actually going to back down the hall a little bit and drop this on your heads when you walked underneath it.
Rude.
So perfect. 30 feet underground, you figured this out. And just, rude. Yes. So yes, perfect segue and segue back. Yes, they messed with this place. Ahead of you, you can smell stuff in here that isn't yours. You can smell rats. You can smell.
They brought
humans.
rats in here?
There are rats in here. There's a human who's been here in a while, so it kind of smells like monkey. Yeah, it's bad.
This is a
My
purely bear.
Xbox. I run to
Xbox.
one of the.
Oh, you have an Xbox in your room. I will also mention, because you are BRs, you have two things. You have a lobby, like a den, but you have a den with a den. It's where you go when you want to relax. And it's also where you go if you want to reminisce, and if you need to move one of your stats from bear towards criminal, you can go in there and tell a story about how you plotted this great heist that you just walked in on, and you can move a stat. Alternately, you can go to your other room, which is full of honey, and you can eat honey, and that will move it from criminal towards bear. So you can use that to sort of balance your stats. But yes,
When
that
Nemo
means...
yells, my Xbox,
Yes.
Meatball suddenly gets wide-eyed and goes, my icebox!
Both of the things fail to concern me. However, you seem very upset.
Oh, I'm just starting to realize that how much I talk with my hands. I just because I keep looking at my little pictures, like, where are his hands? Why isn't he showing them? But yes.
You gotta learn
So-
to talk with your head.
Oh yes. So yes, my Xbox, boom, my icebox, boom. There we go. I'm getting this. The rack. What does the rack think of when they realize that you have been and make me continued to be burgled?
The rat takes off their garbage bag and they change it for a backpack that they stole from a kid.
Yep.
Like they pull out like finals homework that needed to be turned in
Yep.
yesterday and they just
Oh.
toss into the mud.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And they put all the tech that they have in their plastic bag in there before pulling out another stick with 4 Nokia phones taped to it, 2 on each side. They just start twirling it.
Yeah. Oh, it's Darth Rack. Because they're gonna hum, right? When you spin that, it's gonna go.
Oh yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Okay. It's on. I pity the fool that's in here. So that's the two of you. What does Nemo do in preparation now that you know the place? Oh, sorry, you're running. So you do that, and then you do what, Rack?
I'm running over to a clump of tree roots
Okay. Yep.
where I usually sleep. I'm
Yes.
gonna climb up and see if my Xbox and gaming setup is still there.
Absolutely. Yes, let's do the two Xboxes first. Nemo, you run into your space and you check your Xbox is still there, but the controller is not. You always put it in the same spot on top of the console when you're done playing, and it's not there. It's like across the room on the bed.
I have a system, and
and
the rack actually
Rack,
gets
yeah,
a
same
little...
thing. Both of your rooms, actually. Rack
Yeah.
and Nemo, you find the same thing.
Uh,
So, yeah, Rack, go ahead.
the rack now looks like a typical horror story about a rabid raccoon in a very cute dress.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
yes. Foaming
Wonderful dress.
on the front of a very cute dress, yes. And how do you respond to this? Somebody's been playing your Xbox. I
Me
knew
or
I should
Nemo?
have done Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Damn it, we're doing it. Yes.
You still have time.
Somebody, we're doing it. Yeah, somebody's been playing your Xbox. Yeah, yeah. What do you do?
Are you asking me or
Yep.
Nemo?
Rack, we'll finish you up first. We're gonna do this room by room.
Leap back. Someone played my Xbox and they deleted my saves.
Oh no.
Biggest crime.
Okay, that's what you said. Your saves are all deleted. Nemo, they used your Xbox Live account and downloaded like tons of really crappy games. They used your account to leave like really nasty reviews about games that you actually really like and have thousands of hours on record. They totally trolled you from your own account.
Someone was a troll on my account. That's so inefficient.
Listen, it's a monkey, you know. Humans aren't very smart.
Why did they download this? Such a waste of space.
Yeah, you've got like 32 gigs of useless games, but yeah, 3 button pushes, it's all deleted and you're fine. But yes, while you do that across the hall, all your saves are gone. All your saves are gone. All your preferences erased. What do you do, Rack?
I still have the double-ended Nokia hammer.
Yep.
I'm going to hop down and I'm going to start searching on the floor trying to find where they went.
Full hunt mode. Give me 2d6s versus whichever is higher, because I could see this is criminal bear activity and you're a raccoon, so you're good at both of those for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got double ones.
Oh.
So my highest is bear, my lowest is crim. Like I think it's a toss up here.
It's both.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
criminal mastermindedness and your bareness come together as one, because this prick just cost you centuries of replay time, and it's not gonna stand. You get a smell, but your highly aggravated game-playing mind processes the smell, and you realize there's a soft spot in the wall behind you. You can actually dig a straight line from where you are out of your room just behind the den and come out where they must be, which is in the actual den itself. Not the den, but the den where you sleep. Yeah.
I am gonna let the other two know.
And then raccoon dig.
I'm going to
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm gonna put the Nokia phone stick away.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull out a smaller, shorter stick with like a cluster of broken Nintendo DSs strapped to it as a shovel, and I'm gonna start digging.
Because they bend. Yep, you start digging. And every once in a while, there's a little tiny bit of battery, and each one of them plays a fractional part of a theme song from a game. So as you're digging, you just get if you'd still been using the phones, I'd have had to remember their ringtone, but I don't. So, yeah. So yeah, you start digging towards the inner sanctum. Meatball. It's been here all summer. The ice is probably almost melted anyway, although it was kind of icy on the way down here, except for the muddy parts, so maybe. But oh, you're so hungry, even though you just ate all the berries and most of the tree. You crash into your room, and the ice box is open on its back on the floor. You look in. It probably would have been okay, but they left the door open, so it's all melted. So all your Klondike bars are floating in tepid water.
No.
It's soaked through the wrappers on all but maybe one of them. If you're quick, you can save it. Give me 1d6 versus bear.
Oh no, I got a 6.
Oh no! Oh, you stick your nail through your claw through the wrapping, and boom, the last Klondike bar sinks.
I
Reminding
guess
you
that's
of
what I wouldn't do for a Klondike bar.
I like to imagine that like they pierced it with their claw, but when they tried to correct it, they squished it.
Yep. And it sinks. Much like your homeland sinking into what used to be ice and is now just
That's why I
water.
moved here in the first place. This ice is all I had left of my parents.
Oh my god.
Well, that's it. That's it, Meatball. If you've ever been ready to just, I don't know, wreak some revenge, is this that time, or are you too sad? Do you need a minute?
No, I'm going to pick up the ice box that's
Yep.
now empty.
Yep.
Maybe it has a little bit of water in it. Close the top and take it with me while I go try to find the human.
Oh, I got a bad feeling for this human. I shouldn't. He's a dick. But you take the ice box. There's one wrapper stuck inside, just stuck against you. You missed it, but there's a Klondike bar wrapper stuck on the inside of the cooler as you head towards the other room.
Did I have to move a stat over? Since I failed?
You failed. Yes. One more towards bear.
Oh, 1 to so I'm back at 3 and 3.
Was that right? Wait a minute. Bear. Yeah, 1 point from criminal into bear. Greed goes the other way. Yeah. When your plan goes off without a hitch, you move towards bear.
Do I need to move a point?
Yes, please. If I don't remember to tell you, basically this game's more fun if you do it pretty much every turn. Try to do something every turn and just play hard with the rules. If you fail, move it that way. If you succeed, move it that way. And when you get near 6, then we're in trouble. So the three of you, each in your still Meatball. What do you do?
I go and search for the human, and if I hear from the rack about their save files getting deleted, I will go with much more gusto because that is a criminal offense.
Yes.
I did say that the rack would have explained why they're digging through the hole, like through the wall, and what they're doing.
Yeah.
But when they see Meatball, they pause. They pull out a functioning Tamagotchi from their bag, walk over, and they clip it to the icebox and like pat your leg like they're there and climb back into the hole.
So you're tunneling along. Part of Meatball's room collapses. You see sad Meatball walking out the door. You do this, and then back into the wall and tunnel. Thank you. That was beautiful. The Drewness. I read the first 2 lines of your post, and that ended at, does the Klondike bar have a golden willy? The rest of the sentence is Wonka bar ticket in it. But no, not yet. I don't know. They haven't looked. But that's 2 of you out of your rooms. So Nemo, you've quickly fixed the worst troll ever. What do you do?
I'm gonna go to the honey stash.
Yep.
And I'm gonna pick up a jar and I'm gonna walk over with the jar, just eating it while I'm watching. Like, okay,
All right.
what are we? I'm like dipping the branch in it and taking bites.
Yeah, just licking the branch. Oh yeah. So that moves from 1 point from criminal into bear by eating a load of honey. I would like now 1 die versus criminal.
All of us?
Nope,
Or-
just our honey eater at this point. Please, Nemo.
That's a 4,
And
so that meets it.
your criminal is at what now?
4.
A 4, so you made it. Yeah. You've been around, Nemo. You know, you're not just you've been around the block, and you know it when you taste it. This has been drugged. Somebody put drugs in your honey. It's sleepy drugs. Like if you ate more than a couple of gallons, it would put you to sleep. You look back
sorry.
and there's little tiny human fingerprints on every single jar.
I do not understand their motives in doing such a thing instead of eating the honey. Because this ruins the honey for them as well. Hopefully they'll understand that drugs are not the answer. And I just chuck the jar across the room.
Oh, the dare bear.
He starts sliding. Honey's sliding down the wall. The drugs are so amazing. The wall is seeing things.
I was
And
about
you,
to ask a stupid question.
no such thing unless you already know the answer. Ask the question.
Do we have like is it just like a storeroom filled with jars of honey, or do we have like a deal with a beehive like in there?
Both. An underground beehive has its own room.
Because there are
in the
bees
den.
that build their hive under trees.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, you had tree
Oh
roots on the
God,
way
they
in.
must all be
so
asleep right now.
They're all
Yeah.
they're all settling down. You can hear them in the distance, and instead of bzzz, it's just going to bzzz, 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 bzzz,
Oh no, they got into the drugs.
bzzz.
Oh no.
No, it's
Don't
just
be drug
fall.
kids.
It's
Don't
just
be
fall. They're
drugs.
going to sleep. They're just
Oh,
they're,
yeah.
they're hibernating. Hibernating?
Hibernating.
Yeah.
Hibernating.
Hibernating because they're bees.
Hibernating?
Yeah, hibernating. Yes.
Hibernating.
Anyway, they yes, you know that they cut a deal with you guys.
They're our honey supplier.
Yeah, and it's you guys have a deal from previous years that right now at the end of fall they've loaded up your supply space because it's normally the first thing you eat when you wake up in the spring to get back into that bear-like attitude.
And now it's ruined.
No, you don't know that yet. The honey
I
itself
don't know
is
that.
ruined, but the hive
Yeah.
you haven't checked the hive yet.
Right.
I still like the idea of all those bees getting into the drugs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Anyway.
you guys can do that.
No.
Well, you know what? That's 2 yeses. So go find out. I wasn't gonna have your bees be addicts, but if that's what everybody wants,
Well, they weren't trying to be addicts.
it's Friday
But
night.
someone
Fuck it. Let's
shrugged
do
the
this. Yeah,
bees.
yeah.
Why? How else would the human have been brave enough to go into a bee room?
No harm to animals. No harm to animals. Can we make an entire colony of bees addicts? Yeah. But it's harmless fun. We don't mean it. No real bees were addicted in the making of this video. The only one I know, 2 of you are heading towards the human in your inner chamber. Nemo, what are you doing given the current situation?
I need to stop running off. I'm gonna go check on the bees.
Okay, so you head for the bees. All right, so that means we're doing you first because we don't want to get to the person yet. So you tear off down the hall to the bee colony. As you get closer, you hear the sounds that you're used to hearing in the falls. Bzz, bzz, bzz. It's like the battery is running out on a bee. It's just getting slower and slower and slower as it gets colder. As you get close, you can smell that smell. The fresh made honey still in the comb. Just, it's just like make your eyes water and your nose water and your mouth water and your ears water. Everything just, You also smell, and you forgot until just now because the narrator didn't know until just now. They've left you a small gift. They do this sometimes in very good years. There's a small container of royal jelly.
Oh,
The good stuff.
You've already got crowns. You know what this does. This makes you a queen.
and anybody can be a queen.
This is
Yes.
why we're all queens.
Yeah, that's why you're all queens already. It's been 3 years, and they've left you a small jar each year.
Yes.
But with that, you look up, and you're the one that's there. Are the bees drugged?
They are very drugged.
Okay. So they're, you know how the bees dance? They do that, like the information dance.
Yeah.
Like there's food over here, there's food over there. They're all dancing. It looks like bee line dancing. Nobody's watching, and there's no information
Oh no, they got
being transferred.
into the anti-nausea med.
You lean in really close, and you can hear they're dancing to "Achy Breaky Heart." Yeah, because they're gonna line dance. They're bees, right? And in the back, doing it very badly, but nobody dares tell them the queen is even wobbling gently on her inefficient legs, trying to dance along with. They are wrecked because other than themselves buzzing, there's no music.
I'm gonna gently knock on the hive. Yes, hello, excuse me. We are currently under attack via drugs and other traps. That's more important. But the point is, you are currently high, and I suggest that you settle down.
Currently hive.
Oh. At the start of the speech, they start getting fired up, yeah, and they start flying, and their little stingers start twitching in the air, like yeah, yeah, and as they settle down, like yeah, 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 and they
Yes, these
start,
are sleeping pills.
yeah, 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 they start to slow down again, and pretty soon some of them are dropping off. Some of them aren't. Some of them are still arguing because there's always a couple. Right? There's always a couple that had too much.
Yes, yes. I am doing something called cutting you off. I'm slowly putting them back to the hive to go to bed.
It's an intervention. Intervention.
Intervention.
Yes. Yes, you leave them. One of them, just because, out of one of the honeycombs, the little lid pops off, and a tiny bee with a mask on comes out and sniffs the air gently, and then starts sternly lecturing the other ones. There may be a queen in the back of the room, but they're definitely not the one in charge right now. Somebody is getting berated quite fiercely.
Berating.
And with that,
Angry New Yorkers leaning out the window.
Yeah. And with
The old
that, you
grandmama.
grab some real honey. The honey is not. I got to give you some honey that's not going to put you to sleep. So this honey is pure and unfiltered, or undrugged, and also the one container of very special. Well, you don't know what this was. They were high when they made this royal jelly, so you don't know what it will do to you.
This is probably fine.
It's probably fine.
This is probably fine.
And so you head back. The other two of you, Meatball, you're just heading down the hall, right?
Yes,
To the den?
I'm
To the
looking
den?
for the den
Yeah.
where he will be.
Yes, where the humming is. You go zooming down the hall. The rack, you are digging, tunneling like a tunneling machine, just like you're making a channel between France and England, except only from one end. Just tunneling through the walls. The two of you break into the same moment. On the other side of the room, for some reason, maybe it's the drugs, a closet opens up and Nemo steps out. There's no connecting hallway behind them.
You found
It's just,
Narnia.
yeah. Yep. Man,
Wow.
Meatball's been in the drugs all day. I love this.
I have.
So, slam the doors. The Narnia. The doors. You hear behind you. Shut the damn door. It's dark and cold out there. Us lions can't take this shit. And the witch is like, "Don't make me water. Don't water me. Don't water me." Slam the door. Wrong book. Slam the door. The three of you are in the room. In the corner of the room sits a human, hiding behind your bed piles. Call me Ice-T because this human is going to meet Law and Order. Dun dun.
Dun dun.
Oh, they're hiding in the corner, but they are not helpless. They have a couple of things. You see, they have one of those human things that goes bang and hurts people from far away. They have
Firework.
Yeah. They also have a number of glass jars that have, it kind of looks like honey, but it's paler, and it smells like they're big, stinky, loud machines that they ride around in. And there's rags sticking out of the top of those. It's Molotov cocktails. You burst into the room. They reach back with their hand to throw one of the first Molotov cocktails and start flicking a thing, and there's spark.
I throw my my ice box full of that has some water in it.
Yep, absolutely. 2 dice.
Yeah. Oh no, one fell on the floor. Roll it again. Oh no, 5 and a 6. It didn't work.
No. You fling the water, and the water goes whoosh, but it misses. The only thing that it hits them, and it hits their face, not the lighter, is the Klondike bar wrapper. Just sort of wraps around their face. At that moment, the lighter catches, and the rag starts to burn. The other two, what do? Just lit a fire in your cave.
I'm at
friggin'
the start of
monkeys.
the tunnel, so I'm gonna
Yep.
turn to like a panda ball and I'm go out of the way, and I
And you-
roll down the
Yeah.
I roll down it and try to go straight into him.
Oh yeah, and he all of a sudden feels like Harrison Ford in the first Indiana Jones movie being chased by the ball, except this one's alive and it's got claws and it's full of hate. Give me again. You could not. We have already determined this is as panda as you could be. 2 dice. It's gonna be a short night tonight, but let's go.
Aren't they always
it.
the fun stuff?
You did it. Okay.
2.
2 successes or 1 success? Because it doesn't matter,
One
but it
success.
matters. Okay, so just because, you come rolling towards him, and it's just, I mean, you're big and fluffy, and the wall behind him's kind of squishy, and we've already determined this is a cartoon, so it's just sort of, poof, and you fall back, and the flame is out, but pressed into the wall, like into the squishy, muddy wall, is the human and their Molotov cocktail. And their hand opens up off the Molotov cocktail, and the human just sort of falls out of the human-shaped hole and splats onto the ground in front of you. They leap back to their feet and reach for their rifle. Rack, what you doing?
I'm going to take out a it's like 2 phones taped together.
Yep.
I'm gonna turn them on
Yep.
and turn on like one of those apps where it's the little talking character that mimics your voice.
Yep.
But they're gonna do it at each other to the point of really loud shrieking that could shatter glass, and I'm gonna chuck it at him.
Yep.
Sound bomb.
Yeah, give me 2 dice. Just because I gave everybody else 2 dice, and I want this to succeed. Tell me whether you succeeded 0, 1, or 2 times. Because if you succeed twice, I have such a plan.
Uh-oh.
Oh, 0 successes?
My dice might be cursed because I keep getting double numbers. I
Yep.
got double 6s.
Double
Oh my
6.
gosh.
Oh,
no.
wow. Okay.
I know.
I'm replacing
I'm getting
that
rid
dice.
of I'm getting rid of
Oh,
the 2
no.
dice that are betraying me.
Oh, no. The rack. Oh, no.
Mhm.
You throw the phone. You get them going against each other, and you throw them. But one of the charging cable was still attached, and it catches on your wrist, and it snaps back and wraps around your head and ends up you're wearing it like headphones. And your own voice escalating louder and louder back and forth between these 2 phones strapped to each of your ears. It's like being berated by your raccoon mother over and over and over again at increasingly high volumes. It's horrible and nasty. What do you do?
The crown of my head starts to move,
Yeah.
and shadowy hands come out to grab the phones and rip them off.
Yep. Yep. And the hands just grind the 2 phones together, and there's sparks and as it burns down to nothing in their hands. And you recover.
That didn't work.
Yeah. Giving the human one last chance. They reach down beside them, first reaching for the rifle and then stopping and changing, and they're so scared they revert to their chimpanzee roots and quickly shove a hand on the back of their pants and come back out and start hurling their own poop at the 3 of you.
Well, that's just uncivilized.
It is in your house. It's to come into your house and hurl poop.
Why did you melt my parents' ice?
Poop flying
That was a
across
family
the-
heirloom. Like
What?
that's actually real
It
messed
was a
up.
heirloom.
The polar bear avatar just makes it so much better.
It's just so good. Yeah. It's just yes. Okay, so that's how you respond with shame. Okay, I like that. I don't need to roll. Rack, how do you respond to them flinging poop at you in your own house?
I hate that I'm going to be doing this.
I
Trying to
hated
do
bringing in
this.
the poop, but you know.
I'm going to take out the double-ended Nokia hammer and start spinning it, turning it into a fan.
Yep. Oh, I'm
So
blowing
that
it
when the
back.
poop, when the shit hits the fan,
Oh,
it's not going to hit us.
Oh. And now we know the sound. The sound of the shit hitting the fan is the Nokia ringtone. It starts. So, okay, that's 2 out of 3. Oh, Nemo, finish us off.
I'm gonna throw it back at him.
Yeah,
just
you
gonna catch it in the air and throw it back.
Absolutely. I need no rolls from anyone. The evil monkey who has literally booby-trapped your home and wrecked parts of it. And
He's poopy trapped our
he's
home.
poopy-trapped that you're never going to hit. You're never, ever going to get the smell out. But at least you end up knowing that after the shit hits the fan and goes back, and the catch is caught and thrown back, and is shamed into not being thrown at all. The handhold that was going at you, Meatball, when you said that, they just stopped, and it just sort of ran down the inside of their wrist before they could bring themselves to throw it. Covered in their own poo-poo. I know I went too far there, so I'm going to back off and call it poo-poo now. Covered in their own poo-poo, they stand up and start apologizing profusely, and like that drunk person who's trying to clean up after themselves before they leave your party, they're trying to sort of straighten up as they leave. With a bit of help, I'm assuming. They are quickly escorted off the premises. Poop and all.
Well, I want to know what did they want?
Sorry, the polar bear's
face. You don't speak human, and they don't speak bear, but you see they've
That's right, we don't speak each other's languages.
They've got honey all over their face, and you look down and you see that they've tried to sleep in all 3 of your beds, and they tried to eat all 3 of your honeys, and you didn't go in the room that had the chairs, but yeah. They tried all of your chairs. They were just looking for a meal and a place to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm going to turn to the camera.
Yep.
That totally exists.
Yep.
Remember, kids, don't do drugs, or you'll break into some bear's home and get hit with poop.
As if to make the point.
And destroy their heirlooms.
Oh, as the camera pans away. The rack, you got one line. Let's go. On the way out.
I was going to say, I would be able to translate it because I have all the technology.
Yes, you do. Yep, you have an app. Bear to monkey.
I wipe the Nokia stick clean on their clothes.
Yep.
And then throw away that stick because they don't want to keep it anymore.
Make them take it. Make it take them with them. Yeah, as they take it outside.
No, if I give that to them, they have too much power.
Oh, okay. I see.
True.
Oh, yes. So yeah,
you gotta destroy it like the ring of the Run ring.
Yeah, you dig a hole and bury it. I think that's how you destroy things in nature. I think that's how that works. But that brings us to the end. The 3 of you start cleaning up and honeying up and just doing bear things and topping up the stomach before you're settled down for the winter. Outside, trudging across the plain, stoned on his own honey and shaking his head, Florida man gets back on a train and heads south.
I knew it.
I didn't until just then. So, yeah.
This sounds like a Florida man thing.
It really does.
We did that in an hour. Oh, that was magnificent. Thank you all so much. First all VTuber event went spectacularly well. The return of FunShot Fridays went spectacularly well. Some of my favorite players were here, and you guys are awesome, and I miss all of you when we're not playing. And this is so much fun. We need to do way more of this. But thank you all so much tonight. Thank you to Robin Thunderscape 7. Thank you to Hellhounds 20. And thank you to Miyu the Jellycat. Thank you to chat. There was some new folks over there tonight. Thank you so much for popping in and watching. Yes, we do this all the time. You should see some of the stuff that happens on the other nights. Kalina, you just showed up. Yeah, normally we'd only be halfway through, but this was a fun shot and they go quick. The VOD will be up in just a couple minutes. It's worth a watch. But chat, thank you so very much for showing up. And in the future, YouTube peoples, hit that like button. If you watched all the way to here, you watched a whole hour. I'm going to assume you liked it. Please hit that button. Let us know how we did. Other than that, until tomorrow night in this case, but until next time in general, please be nice to each other. Good night.
Night.
Bye.